morning, I'm going to be teaching you how to drum. Some people might think that drumming is a difficult thing to learn or something nearly impossible to figure out because your hands and your feet are moving at completely different times. But it's one of the simplest and easiest instruments to learn, but one of the hardest to master. So I'm going to be teaching you today how to play a simple rock beat. And you don't need a set or anything. I'm not moving anything up here so that you can play it on drums. You're going to play it just on your knees and on the floor. So before I teach you how to play it, I'm going to teach you about the measure that notes are in. So this here is your time signature. The 4/4 here is your time signature, and that means that there are going to be 4 beats in each measure. These two things here are 2 different measures. They're separated by a line. Each measure is separated depending on your time signature, and your notes are going to be separated by each line on the staff. I don't really care about notes because I'm a drummer. I know how to read rhythms, not music. So, 4 beats in a measure. We count those as 1, 2, 3, 4. Say them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, easy enough, right? Now, you can subdivide those into 1/8 notes. These are quarter notes. You can subdivide them into 1/8 notes. You count those as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Say those with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, easy enough, right? So on a drum set, your body is situated, set up differently compared to other instruments. I'm sitting on the throne right now, the one I brought up from downstairs. Now in front of me with my right foot, I'd be playing with my kick drum pedal. Okay, so you'd be playing, say, quarter notes here. And then here on your left foot, you'll be playing the hi-hat on the hi-hat pedal, going up and down, up and down. And then your right hand crosses over your left hand. Your right hand is on your hi-hat, hitting it. Usually the hi-hat's played closed. You can play it open if you want to be loud. Your left hand is going to be on your snare drum. And all of your foot is always going to be playing with your right hand, and your left hand is always going to be playing with your right hand. It's a simple part of a rock beat. This here is a crash cymbal. It's the larger one, it's the louder one. I don't really have one of those, so I don't play it a lot. The ride cymbal is used in jazz, so like blues and stuff. You play, say, a 16th note rhythm on that. 16th notes are more difficult, so I won't get into that today. You have a medium tom, which is in between the low tom and the high tom. And you have a crash cymbal, the smaller one, which is the easiest to play loud quarter note rock beats on. Okay, so back to the 1/8 notes. Put your right hand on your right knee and play the 1/8 notes as you count them. I'm going to count them the whole time. You don't have to say them out loud. You can mouth them if you want.
Me too. Huh?
Should we trade these?
Kieran, since you're left-handed, you can play the set open. So you can play with your left hand if you want, but whenever I say right hand, I mean left hand for you. Whenever I say left hand, I mean right hand for you.
Because you're a little slow.
Well, left-handed people play their sets open so that they're not crossing over because their left hand can move faster than their right hand because it's their dominant hand.
Perfect.
So, on your knee, you're just going to play every note in these 2 measures. I'm just going to count you in. I'm going to give you 4, and then we're going to go in with the notes. I'll count the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. There you go. That's the easiest part of this whole thing, okay? Now, with your left hand, you're only going to be playing on 2 and 4. This is going to be on your snare drum. So if you were set up like this on a set, your snare drum would only be playing on 2 and 4. I have them starred just in case you need to see them. Okay, I'm going to give you 4 again, and then only play with your left hand on your left knee on 2 and 4, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, easy enough. Now, we're going to combine them. You're going to be playing with your right hand the 1 and 2 and rhythm, and then you're going to play with your left hand the 2. I'm going to go slow because it's hard to remember, but your left hand is always moving with your right hand. So I will show you first, and then you guys can figure it out because it's easier to see than it is to hear necessarily. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, easy enough. Do we feel like combining them? Okay, ready? I'm going to give you 4 again, and then I'm going to say the whole thing out loud. You can say it too if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 one more time.
Do you need help?
Yeah, I got it.
Kieran, if you want to put your hands on Michaela's like for her, you can.
I want to watch her struggle.
All right, I'll give you 4 again, and then we'll play these eighth notes with the quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Hey, Michaela, you got the last 2 notes.
I did the first 2 in the middle one I didn't get.
It looked good. It looked good. So now it's going to get a bit harder because you're going to be playing with your right foot. So your right foot on the kick drum. Your left foot almost never moves unless you're doing something a bit more difficult, say like with a jazz rhythm. Your right foot is going to be playing your kick drum. So your right foot should be placed up on your toes, but if you're down on the ground, then you can put your foot straight out and just move your ankle. Because the movement in everything with drumming is in your ankle and your wrists. So you're always going to be moving your ankle and your wrists. You're going to be playing 1 and 3 on each of these. This is how you can tell the difference between the start and the middle of a measure. The kick drum is usually to tell other instruments when to come in and how they should be playing their part. So I'm going to play it first, and then you guys can come in and play your part. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy enough, right? So I'm going to count you in. Move your feet too. Yeah, just your right foot. Ready?
Foot. You don't need any feet.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like you're keeping beat to say like a good song that you like or something, or when you're sitting cooking or something and you're slaying. That's what it feels like when you're playing the drums. So now we're gonna combine all of them. My throat is so dry. I need a drink. So,
Not in class, I don't.
if you want to,
Step 3.
instead of going straight in the first time we play it, you don't have to play with your right hand. Just play the quarter notes, or not your left hand. Don't play with your left hand. Just play the quarter notes with your foot and with the eighth notes with your right hand. So it'll be the same as we did when we split up these two. Not these two, these two. So I'll play first. That way you're not freaking out. And then you guys play. And then we'll combine all 3 of them. And it'll be like you're playing a rock beat. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and easy enough, right? So I'm gonna give you guys 4. And you come in and you play your 2 measures. I'll be counting aloud with you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and almost. It was that last note, Michaela. So close. You guys are looking good over here. You can tell she's a musician.
You can't even see him. I know he's not doing
His right foot's not even on the
I
ground.
can see his
I'm
feet.
tapping on my table. I'm using
Okay.
the table.
Do we want to try that again, or do we want to move on combining all 3?
I got it.
Okay, so we'll combine all 3 of them. Okay? Your right hand is playing your eighth notes. Your left hand is playing 2 and 4. And your foot is playing 1 and 3. Ready?
Do all 3. Okay.
Ready?
What was your left hand?
Your left hand is
2
2
and
and
4.
4. It's the
Got
blue.
it.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. So I separated them. I wasn't going to circle them all. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Kieran, are you a drummer? That's cheating. Okay. So, because you look way too good over here.
She's actually really helping out how good I look. How
Yeah. See,
All right.
that's me too.
Let's play it one more time. I'm going to speed it up a little bit, okay?
I'm gonna be running here.
Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and there we go. Okay, you guys are looking really good.
Thanks.
So now,
But all the you guys, as she said, that was all me.
At me next time.
Wasn't me.
I prepared a little video of the volumes of.
Still working on it.
And that's what it would sound like on your normal set of drums, what you guys were just playing. Sounds difficult, right?
When do we get to learn to fill columns?
That's your eighth notes. You're just playing 1 and 2 and 3.
Stay
And then eventually you might be able to play something like this.
Doug will not be singing that for you.
See, these are just 16th notes. It's an eighth note, but a bit faster. So you could count it as 1 and 2 and, or you could count it as 1 and a 2 and a. Your hands are always alternating no matter what you're playing. Your hands are going to be doing what your foot's doing, or your foot's going to be doing what your hands are doing.
I like it.
There we go. You guys know how to play a simple rock beat on the drums now. Thanks.
Now.
See